Gentlebutts, Losey is here with a mini review on the new South Park COVID exclusive event that premiered on Paramount+. This is my first time reviewing something South Park related, despite the fact I've watched the show since I was 11, and that horrible cringy video I made between Kyle and Carmen. Mind you, that was the first video ever done on this channel, and I hate it ever since. As mentioned, if you clicked on this video, it will contain spoilers, unless you don't give a rattlesnake's ass. Okay, let's carry on with the review then. But Father, forgive me for all I have sinned. I did not purchase a subscription for Paramount Plus to watch this. I know. I'm a bad role model, so be better than me, kids. Anyways, the special shows the boys who are now adults trying to find information about Kenny's death because it's been a running gag of the show. I found it funny for it to be the plot of the event. Kenny, in the future, was a rich doctor who found a way to go back in time to stop the pandemic from ever happening. Stan got a call from Kyle, whom he hadn't heard from since they were children. Kyle tries to convince Stan to come back to South Park after they learned of Kenny's passing. After some consideration, Stan decides to return to South Park after years, albeit in a regrettable attitude. Once he showed up, we get to see recognizable faces such as Scott Malkinson, who's a diabetic priest, Cartman, who's a try-hard rabbi, Tweek and Craig, who are still a couple, Clyde Donovan, who's incredibly selfish, Jimmy, who's a talk show host, PC Principal, Randy, and the list goes on and on. Throughout the event, we see Stan and his acquaintances quarreling about their disagreements, their pessimism, and their selfishness. It shows because Kenny even pointed it out. Ever since the pandemic, we see the boys slowly distancing from each other, and Kenny wants their broship to last. In one scene, Stan was watching TV when he saw integrity weed within Kenny's equation. Mind you, Kenny's lab takes place at the school. Anyway, during Kenny's memorial ceremony, a doctor interrupts Cartman to bear the news that Kenny has reportedly died from a variant of COVID and that one person was unvaccinated, aka Clyde, because he relies on his personal choice rather than everyone else's health. So the entire town were put into quarantine, which led to a shopping frenzy again. The citizens were required to take the COVID test just in case. I want to say that I like how this is poking fun at woke culture, and a lot of companies are putting plus and max on everything. Because to be honest, I am fucking annoyed of seeing plus on every corner, such as Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, Discovery Plus, Apple TV Plus, HBO Max, so many times it makes me want to go to a maximum security prison. Yeah, I'll see myself out. Watching the promos at first caught me off guard, and I was too worried on how they're gonna carry this. I thought it was odd to see the boys as grown adults, but at least we get to see how they look like. I didn't think Cartman could get a wife and kids, and I didn't even think he could work his wiener right. There are some scenes that I find funny, such as when Cartman was banging his wife and quoting Hebrew biblical verses. I'm inclined to think Cartman is pretending to be Jewish just to provoke Kyle. Including the constant reminders that we're in the future and that anything's possible. I swear, this is starting to sound like a message from Disney. Anyways, Wendy, Token, Tweek, Craig, and the others were trying to find clues that could link to Kenny's death. Meanwhile, Stan went to Shady Acres where we see all the old residents, including the parents. We get to see Stan and Rennie'S argument because of what happened to Shelly and Sharon. For those that don't know or haven't really been keeping up with the show, supposedly, Shelly was locked inside the barn and was burned to death. Sharon was unable to cope with the loss of her daughter and proceeds to off herself. This all happened because Stan burned the farm. If you want to learn more, Google is your friend. Eventually, Stan and Randy went back to the farm, and Randy confessed to Stan that he started the pandemic, but he supposedly kept a secret strain of weed he created to combat the virus, but the secret shelf displays nada. Stan, Kyle, and Cartman went to the hospital to look for Kenny's corpse, where they found a chip stuffed into his chocolate starfish. The chip contains a videotape, where seeing the scientists prepping Kenny to go back in time. The scientists claim they know who's responsible for the whole pandemic, and it was the Three Stooges all along. Suddenly, things went out of control, causing the scientists to explode. I want to point out that their voices are consistent. With pitching their voices up, you can see the magic unfold.
You know that I know something about Kenny that I'm not telling you because it involves my father, who I don't want to face.
That's crazy, and you'd be able to face what happened to your family if you weren't a fucking asshole.
Guys, please, this is a house of God.
You shut the fuck up.
You know that I know something about Kenny that I'm not telling you because it involves my father, who I don't want to face.
That's crazy, and you'd be able to face what happened to your family if you weren't a fucking asshole.
Guys, please, this is a house of God.
You shut the fuck up.
Near the end of the special, we get to hear a name, Victor Charles, which led me to think of Butters, because Professor Chaos, duh. But we don't know that for sure. Speaking of Butters, we didn't get to see him, nor Ike, Timmy, or Dougie. But a part 2 is coming out in December. Hope it's worth it because this is left on a cliffhanger. Overall, even though I find this special to be promising so far, the prediction of Carmen wanting to stay was predictable, but who else would? It would make sense for Stan, but only for a short time. But for Cartman, just knowing him and his diabolical ways, we're gonna assume he's going to sabotage the mission all the way through. Anyways, bye.